So I was amazed that I won the Mildred Elson Award, which is obviously the top award of WCPT. And it was mainly for my work I've done on PEDro. So I've been a physiotherapist for 32 years, and about 20 of those I've been involved in developing and producing and publicising the Physiotherapy Evidence Database. So PEDro is really interesting because it's like a snowball. Like we thought we started with a little golf ball size of a database back in 1999 when we launched, thinking this little pearl was going to be useful for therapy. And then it's just started rolling down a hill, getting bigger, so more research, but also capturing the imagination of the global physiotherapy community. And I think it's that passion that really makes it worthwhile producing this resource, because our physiotherapy community really values it and finds it useful to guide practice, and the result of that is going to be that patients get better care. A unique feature of PEDro is it only indexes the best research methods to answer questions about the effects of therapy. And so that is evidence-based clinical practice guidelines, systematic reviews and randomised controlled trials. And that's focusing on physiotherapy interventions. In the 1990s, physiotherapy was more an art than a science. And it was a time when evidence-based medicine or evidence-based practice was in its infancy. At the time, I was doing my PhD with a number of my colleagues, and one of them was Rob Herbert, who was at the University of Sydney at that time. I was working clinically with a colleague, Kathy Sherrington, and the three of us started talking about what we could do. Rob actually had started teaching a subject called evidence-based physiotherapy, and on the floor of his office he had a stack that was about 1 metre high of papers from assignments that students were doing, and we kept on toying with the idea, saying it's really hard to find those papers. If we could just make a little database, all therapists could have a look at it and find them more easily. And so it grew from there, and we quickly enlisted some more brain power. So we also co-opted the input from Chris Marr, who's got an expertise in musculoskeletal physiotherapy, and another colleague a little bit later on, Mark Elkins, with expertise in cardiopulmonary. So, and we work fantastically together. So we've worked together for 20 years, and they're my closest colleagues, and they're just the most amazing group to work with. Yeah.